So you are saying your daughter, let's recap. So you said you raised your daughter already. She's an adult. She has two kids.
Single dad. Her mom died when she was 6.
Oh, so all your life you gave it to her. And then now she got into some sort of a relationship, and then she has two boys, and you're raising them as well, meaning like you are babysitting and
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm being a surrogate dad.
So, and in what way you think she wanted more money? Like, what makes you think she wants more attention from you? She asked you?
I don't know. I don't
No, no,
know.
but like, what made you feel like you are not providing enough? See, there is a piece in you that feels guilty, and that's the reason for pain. Okay, the pain is you are saying, okay, she's expecting more of me, and she's not being grateful. That's the space you're holding right now. That might be right or not right. So we're going to analyze it because perception is different from fact, which is different from reality, which is different from truth. So the fact is you're feeling bad inside. Whether it's coming from her or not is not our business. But what I am trying to ask you is because what her life is about is not about your life, right? You have your own life. So let's like dwell, because today is when the mind center will come into harmony, and this will hold the space until full moon. So whatever you activated today will get bigger because the full moon is like only 3 days away. So I'm trying to see whether we can reset that pattern today. So what it is like, tell me like one incident that happened between you and your daughter that makes you think that she was not appreciating you.
Well, for starters, I mean, the only time I ever hear from her is when she needs to babysit. We
Okay.
never have any other social contact whatsoever. We don't really talk that much. She seems to want to be preserved from all of that. They say she doesn't want me to know, or I don't know. But,
So what brought the conflict on?
um, we went in on a deal together, and the money was lost, just lost. And she's telling me that I owe her this $500, which I don't. I know I don't.
And the event, can you describe or you would rather keep it to yourself?
For the moment, just for the moment, I would rather.
Okay.
Just for the moment.
So she's making you feel guilty and you don't want to take responsibility for that guilt. Is that how I can describe it? Like she wants you to take responsibility for that event and you don't see it that way.
Right.
And what would be your part in that? Like were you half responsible or you're not at all responsible?
You know what? To a degree, yes. And if she wouldn't have pushed on me as hard as she did, I would comply. But she stepped way over the line.
So you felt your boundaries were crossed and you feel you don't owe her nothing.
I'm not even going to say that. I mean, I would still, if she would stop being so aggressive about it, like I said, I would be like, okay, I'll figure out something. I'll help. I'll keep helping. You know,
So
for the
the thing
common
is,
good.
see, this is one thing my teacher I usually use. I do positive anonymous 12-step program. Okay, it's about power of living. Instead of powerlessness, we use power of living to create wholesome behaviors. Okay, so the first step, only thing I changed is God. We are powerless over unwholesome behaviors. It's all about behaviors.
Right.
The unwholesome is because we haven't healed something in the past. So when somebody creates a feeling inside that reflects what we haven't healed, it makes it difficult. Oh, okay. So it might not be a her. It's like, see, all our whole relationship to the world is how we relate inside to the memory of them inside. So you're already coming from a place where you say she will only contact me if she needs something. So that's the space you're holding right now for her. That's your memory of that relationship you're holding. It might be, like I said, it's different level of truth perception. Right. That's the way you're perceiving inside, and because of that, whatever she asks, even if it is a fact, you're going to overlook it, and the reality is different, truth is different. Remember that, okay? So once you understand that, from that depth, if you're already wounded, whatever they say is going to make it more hurtful. So you are not in a healthy place. So sometimes when we are not in a healthy place, I literally buy time. So sometimes you don't need to make the decision. That's why in AA they say detachment is one type of um, what is it called? An agreement with ourselves. So by being detached from the event, also you're coming into a conclusion, right? So the way the detachment work is, if in case they say, "Hey, because of you, I got high," let's say, like, I'm just paraphrasing.
Yeah, I understand.
That's what alcoholic usually say. Hey, it's because of you. You push me to drink, you know. So what you do inside is, I am not responsible to bring her to the treatment center. I am not bringing her to the bar, but I'm going to detach, but be supportive. The detachment is a very nice word because you are not detached to the outcome, but you have to do your part to show that you care, right? So there are two pieces to it. So there is a thing that actually in Germany, I was watching a video by Harold Kos. He says it in a very nice way. In German, they don't say "I'm sorry." It seems they say I am suffering because I was a part of your hurt. That's a beautiful way to say it, you know. So like, so paraphrase it the way that you would get it. The reality is,
Say that one more time.
I am suffering because I am a part of your grief or hurt or whatever word you want to use.
Yeah,
So
no,
let's say
okay.
the event, right? That means you're not agreeing to take responsibility. You're not agreeing to give rights. You're not agreeing to something, but you are honoring the space. Yes, I'm suffering, but I need time to process this.
Yeah.
Okay, so bring it in a way that tells her you still care, because it's not like you don't care.
Oh,
But at the same time, you need to process it because you're not there yet. So you're not there where she wants you to be. Let me process it. So buy time. Always, like, even to my sister, I say, when somebody says it's a crisis, you need to make a decision. My husband says the same way. Crisis, you need to make a decision. Always by 24 hours time. Crisis. Even landlord is, they need 24-hour notice, right? Like what I'm saying is, think of it like when somebody's crisis is their crisis, but you always buy 24 hours time, crisis time.
yeah.
And then,
Think time.
yeah, and then process, and usually you'll get, they say consciously taking 1600 breath per minute. Okay, so I actually bought, I went to Walmart and I bought a counter,
Yeah,
not to think, just to push button whenever the thinking comes. Consciously take a breath, because once you stop thinking, the answer will come up, because you have lived all this life and you have your answer already, and you know the answer. Even already you told me, I'm going to do this whatever she wants, but she made me react. So you need to get the reaction out and work from the action, which is value based for you, and you know what you're going to do already. Even if she had not activated you, you knew what you needed to do. So to go to that space with love is what you're buying time. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing. The way, other way, I had like the same meditation space last week. I felt so disconnected with somebody. Like maybe it was my teacher. I forgot. I couldn't really connect with him that day. And he says it's very important to keep connected. So I was thinking, why is it important? So he, in my mind, like once I quieted my mind in my meditation, what happened was, he says he's pure light. I am also pure light. But remember, when you have thunder, the vibration comes first, light comes next, right? Lightning strikes next,
Yeah.
not before the thunder. The thunder comes first. You get the warning and you run away, and then lightning, or lightning strikes. I don't know. It's like a second, but like there's a pause. So when you're disconnected with beings that are giving you the cues, what you need to do, the disconnect at a very high level is only a pause, like a breath. one breathing space, right? Let's assume, or three breathing spaces, or whatever number you want to give. But the same sun touches me and somebody at the same time in the corner of the road. In human time, it's going to take me 10 minutes to get there. Remember that, right? So, human time you need to buy, divine time you always have. So, if you think of it that way, I get you and I am suffering because I was cause of your hurt, releases you there. So, you are already in harmony there in the light because as a pure light, we love everybody, even if they mess with us. But as a human, you need to process that hurt and release it first. Because when you're suffering, how are you going? Like in the airplane, when it's crashing, they say, put your oxygen mask on you first and then go for rescue. So because you're also suffering, even though it's her hurt, you have to like rescue, come from a place of loving, calm yourself down, and then go rescue her. Does it make sense? So apply that. And I'm just telling it as like a general formula, but how you're going to use it is on you.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of the pieces of my puzzle I have to figure out. Yeah, yeah.